most unusual cars that's ever seen British roads. It's a Citroen Ami 6 Saloon. It's got a breezeway rear window which goes the wrong way. It's got Citroen 2CV underpinnings, and it's got exterior looks that are beyond quirky. This one belongs to a friend of mine, Pete Sparrow, and he very kindly lent it to me while he fixes my actual car, my XM. Best courtesy car ever. It's beyond lunacy, this car. It must be said Pete Sparrow has tweaked it a little bit. The engine's a breathed upon later 2CV engine. It's probably only got something like 35, maybe 40 horsepower. Got a Weber carburettor. An exhaust that doesn't seem to have many baffles in it. It makes the most delicious noise. This is a very big hill. Exactly what you'd call quiet, but by golly is it fun. Typical 2CV body roll in the bends, excellent disc drum brakes, beautifully direct rack and pinion steering. You barely have to turn. You drive along with this huge grin on your face. And everyone you drive past just looks at you with a proper WTF moment. They just don't know what it is. Yet when it was current, this was the best selling car in France. Over 400,000 saloons and over 500,000 estates were made in just a 9-year period. Citroen even opened a new factory, was churning them out at the rate of 600 a day. Yet when they tried selling them in Britain, no dice. They sold barely any. The Brits were happier in their miserable Ford Populars. It's hard to believe this car is 40 years old. Which is one reason it doesn't have seatbelts. It's impossible to drive this car gently. In many ways it's far, far superior to the 2CV. There's much more space, it's a much wider car, even though the chassis is largely the same. But everything's quirky. There are heater controls dotted around all over the place. But how you work everything out, even I haven't quite sussed yet. The indicator stalk is also a bit odd. It's like a toggle, like quite a lot of modern cars. You push it down and it springs back. You pull it towards you to cancel it. I mean, what were they thinking? Pull it towards you, and there you go. Not a headlamp flasher as you might expect. All these boring people not having fun in their miserable modern cars. Whether they knew how much fun it's possible to have in old vehicles. One of the most noticeable things about the Ami design is these headlamps. Note how oblong they are. This was one of the first cars that didn't have circular headlamps, although some specifications did, especially the US market. And it was groundbreaking for the time, and made a huge difference to car styling as a whole. Under the bonnet, things are suitably bizarre. This is your engine here, it's a boxer flat twin, and then you've got the gearbox behind. and there are the excellent disc brakes. This would have had drum brakes from new. It's not exactly standard. We've got an interesting air filter arrangement, a Weber carburettor, and then this interesting arrangement here where we've got ducting from the engine to provide heat inside. Sitting here in the back of the car, there's loads of headroom because of this wacky roof style. It doesn't sort of curve down like in a 2CV, so it's much more spacious. I must admit that with the seat set for me, knee room is a little on the tight side, but the benefit of these simple seats is that you can easily remove them for picnics and whatnot. 1, 2, 3.